All right, so let's bring in MD and CEO of Aero Contractors, Captain Sanusi. Thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight tonight. I'm tempted to ask you, since you're of the Aero Contractors, how many aircraft you have and what percentage is operational, but I would allow you to, use your discretion in answering or responding to that question. But what makes airlines fail in Nigeria? What's responsible for this huge mortality rate of airline industry?
Well, thank you very much for having me. And believe me, going by road is not the best way. We sell speed, so 15 hours compared to 50 minutes, yeah. It's a no-brainer.
You pay for that.
Yeah.
But why do airlines fail in Nigeria, or why have they been failing? As the minister pointed out, that 100 airlines have failed over a certain period of time. And I believe he must have done studies, or he would have read a lot of studies being done on why airlines have average lifespan of 10 years to 15 years before they fail in this country. We know the problems. We have pointed out the problems. I have said it in several interviews. We have, people have done committees, searches on why airlines fail, right from Nigeria Airways all the way to Asman, which closed shop recently, and Dana. And the problems are the same. And we don't, as a country, we do not face these problems, but we always ask the question, why is it happening? One of your contributors has said, for instance, multiple taxation. There's so many problems that the airlines are faced with. And unless these problems are tackled with, we are just going to have the same cycle of failing of airlines. And these problems are known to the government. They are known to everybody. The operators know it. And I think we have to come as a country to say, look, we would like to build the aviation industry to be sustainable and to have formidable carriers to serve the flying public in the country. We have to have a deliberate effort to do that. We don't expect it to happen one day. The federal government must have a deliberate policy to protect the aviation industry and to allow it to grow organically so that it can be sustainable. All those impediments that cause the growth and sustainability should be removed by policy making and sometimes by waivers of taxes and making the environment sustainable for business. For Aero Contractors, we have 4 airplanes, and we have 2 are deployed now, and we hope to deploy more for the Christmas period. And we intend to give very pocket-friendly prices for the traveling public.
Fair enough.
Well, now let's talk about specifics away from the mortality rate of the airlines. In that report you saw earlier, Nigerians can no longer fly, and that is why you're getting to see some people no longer going to places if they can't go by road. Help us make sense when operators like yourself talk about the exchange rate. Break it down. At what point does this come into play for domestic carriers?
So everything in aviation is almost dollar denominated. So apart from the human capital, that is the pilots flying that you pay in Naira, the mechanics or the engineers that fix the airplane that you pay them in Naira, the spares, the consumables, what we call consumables, the Jet A1 is a function of the dollars. That's why the fact we pay in Naira. If you don't own the airplanes, the lease rentals, that means you lease the aircraft, the lease rentals are paid in dollars. So everything, in fact, our budget is done in dollars, and then you change it to naira. So everything that we do has a dollar component in it. So when the unfortunate thing happened, when the naira was fluctuating, we were losing a lot, because you can imagine you have taken an airplane outside the country for maintenance, and at the time you took the airplane out, maybe the cost, for instance, $250,000, and probably the exchange rate was probably at 1,000 naira to $1. And by the time you are coming to pay for the check, the naira is 1,700 to $1. That means you have to cough out 700 naira more to pay for the maintenance. And same with the fuel pricing, because if you take a liter, it's also a function of the dollar. And when the naira is fluctuating, it's the same thing. But you have sold the tickets at a particular price. You have to make it up to make sure that you don't lose, or you don't have negative profit.
Right.
So it is, everything we do in aviation is dollar denominated.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, I mean, are you, as the airline industry, the aviation sector, asking for, some kind of subsidy or some kind of, ease in a way that will make it easier for you to run your airlines? And I would like to get your response or reaction to this latest development. Boeing has written to the aviation minister, to come up with a deal that they actually have something attractive that can make aircraft more available for Nigerian airlines. Is it a problem of availability, or more about some of the issues or challenges that you have raised in the course of your intervention? What would it take to make Nigeria's aviation sector reach its potential?
Okay, so let me start with subsidy. I do not subscribe to subsidy. Personally, I don't think in a free economy there should be any subsidy. There should be deliberate policy to give you a conducive environment for business to thrive. That is what capitalism is about. And I believe that we have a problem with the economy, and that is translating into other aspects of our lives. Aviation, for instance. Yes, the interest rate is very high. The interest rates have been changed to bring down the inflation, which is affecting our industry too. If the economy is stable, definitely you see the prices of tickets will be stable. As any other commodity that is rising in the country, so is airfares rising, because it's dependent on the economy. So the main thing is not subsidy, but it's getting the right policies in place to make sure airlines thrive. For instance, give us a policy of canceling this double taxation that most airlines are saddled with, because they are paying a lot of taxes to the federal government. They are expected to pay taxes to the parastatals, and the parastatals are struggling. The airlines are struggling, which makes it a vicious cycle. You tax the airlines to fund the parastatals, while the parastatals are struggling to carry out their duties, either oversight or to provide services for navigation or airport infrastructure. But you can't tax airlines to fund the parastatals. We have tried that over the years and it didn't work. So we must break the cycle, give the airlines a break, reduce the taxation. Most of the taxation should be on cost recovery basis, and it must also reflect the financial health of the airlines. And also insurance. We want to domesticate insurance. We want to make sure that the airlines pay insurance locally. But unfortunately, these owners of the airplanes don't want to insure their airplanes with local insurance. They want to take it outside the country. So you see that airlines are paying 100, sometimes 120, 150% higher because they have to insure a certain percentage by regulation in the local market, and then they have to insure 100% in the international market. Talking about the Boeing WT program that they have just invited the minister to go to Dublin for the aircraft financial conference. I think it's a good development. I think Boeing is showing an initiative to try and bridge that gap, or to try and rectify the blacklisting that they have done, or silent blacklisting that they have done to Nigerian carriers, so that they can have access now to international lessors.
Captain,
and get, let me but that is only one.
Yeah,
that's only one part of it.
Well, let's, because we look to, it looks like we're running out of time. Let me quickly bring this in. And Captain Sanusi, I recall in Nigeria, the sector has gotten 2 bailouts, if you recall, and the last was just after COVID. And then you advised the government to see how they can stabilize the Naira, which we haven't actually seen. Quickly here, if we can do this, what more, because I recall Ngozi asking, do we also need another bailout this time for the sector?
No, we don't need bailout. And those 2 bailouts were not done for aviation, so that you can understand very well. I was involved with the first one was a loan taken for a particular project, which they call Aviation Intervention Fund. The second was a bailout for the banks, that the airlines took some loan and the loans turned to be bad, and then the central bank gave a bailout for the banks, which is actually, it became not a blessing for the airlines. If the federal government can give us the policies that will make sure the airlines thrive, the policies that will reduce taxations, the policies that will remove custom duties, the policies that will move insurance, and then try and even domesticate these leasing companies to Nigeria, BOI, all these federal government institutions, Mufti, and all those people can come together, bring the leasing company together to Nigeria, let Nigerian carriers have access to these companies, and let the companies now guarantee, not even guarantee the foreign exchange. Because the problem is the airlines are selling tickets in Naira.
Captain Ado,
and they are
Sanusi.
paying, either if they bought the airplane,
right,
they are paying it in dollars.
And we're also selling airtime now, and we're out of time.
Yes,
Captain,
indeed.
I just had to say, always a delight speaking with you, and we do hope we'll come talk more about the sector.